March, which is Women's History Month. So, Madam Clerk, if we can begin.
Member Wilson. Member Talley. Member Scott. Member Roberts. I think she's just joining us now on Zoom. May need to give her a sec. Member
Present.
Moore.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my computer wouldn't unmute.
Okay, noted. Member Moroz. Member Moore. Member Luckman. Member Lanto.
Present.
Member Joyner is excused. Member Hines.
Present.
Member Gator.
Present.
Member English Barnhill. Member Dahl is on Zoom. Member Collins.
Present.
Member Cash. Member Baris. I think she's on Zoom also. Member Baris is on Zoom. Vice Chair Douglas.
Present.
Chair Crawford.
Present.
At this time, the board does not have a quorum.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, greetings again. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Wayne County Women's Commission, this is our in-person session, and we're going to turn over to our clerk. Just a moment, please.
Also, Chair Crawford, that was a mistake. The board does have a quorum. We have 10 members present.
Thank you.
Moving to item B, approval of the February 8th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Okay. All right, requesting approval of the February 8th, 2024 meeting minutes.
So moved, Member Gator.
Support.
Okay, I hear a move from Member Gator with the support from Member Cash. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. Thank you.
Item C1 under Chair's remarks, welcome Michigan Women's Commission.
One guy left down there.
Okay.
John Destana.
Okay.
He's just now.
All right, thank you so much. And today, as we celebrate Women's History Month, we do have a representation from our wonderful Michigan Women's Commission. Ms. Cheryl is here, as well as Anna. Cheryl, if you would you like to say a few words on greetings on behalf of the Michigan Women's Commission at this time? And introduce yourself? Sure. Just a moment.
Yes.
Look at that. Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting us. Appreciate being here. Thank you. So I'm Cheryl Bergman. I'm the director of the Michigan Women's Commission. And just to give you a little bit of background on what the Michigan Women's Commission is, we were established by statute in 1968. The mission by statute remains the same. It's to survey the women of Michigan, identify challenges they face, and make policy recommendations to address those challenges. There are 15 members, all appointed by the governor, and we meet a couple of times a year, and we also have working committees that work on issues throughout the year. So happy Women's History Month. It's a very busy month for us. I don't know, everybody seems to think all things women have to happen in March, but we know that's not true. It's ongoing every day of the year. And one thing that I wanted to bring to your attention, which is pretty exciting, on Monday, so the 18th at 1 o'clock, 1 to 1:45, the Women's Commission is joining up and doing a virtual event with Governor Whitmer to unveil the second Women in the Michigan Workforce Report. And this report was created by DTMB, Data and Analytics Division. This is the second report that they've done on women in the Michigan workforce. The first one was released in 2021 and was based on 2020 data. And that was during the pandemic, obviously. And at that time, the big news was that about 300,000 women had left the workforce entirely in Michigan during the pandemic. The good news that we're going to see in this report is that our labor participation is back up, but you're also going to hear a lot of things that we still need to work on. And one of those things that the Women's Commission is really focused on right now is a pathway to high wage jobs for women in Michigan. And when we traveled the state in late 2019 and early 2020 with the governor asking women what their priorities were, everywhere we went, it was economic security issues with affordable, accessible childcare at the top of the list. And that was before the pandemic hit and shut all our childcare down and really shone a light on the challenges we face around childcare. Luckily, the governor's doing a lot around that. But another thing that they cited was pathway to high wage jobs. So we, the Women's Commission, are doing a series of roundtables to promote pathways to high wage jobs for women, including skilled trades apprenticeship programs, IT apprenticeship programs, the Reconnect free tuition and certification programs that Governor Whitmer has introduced, and also to educate employers about the unique barriers that women face to enter into apprenticeship program or school or the workforce and stay, with childcare being one of those top issues. So we kicked it off in November with the governor at Accenture here in Detroit. One of our commissioners is Lisa Cawley, is the director of Accenture in Michigan, and they have a fantastic IT apprenticeship program. They committed to 50% of their apprentices being women, and they're encouraging other employers around the state who have apprenticeship programs to do the same, which is fantastic. Our next roundtable will be in April 16th in Jackson at Consumers Energy, and it'll be right before our public meeting that's also taking place at Consumers Energy in Jackson on the 16th of April. And this roundtable is going to focus on Consumers Energy's skilled trades apprenticeship program and the opportunities that are out there. So that's one of the big pushes we're doing, and you're going to hear why that's really important in this report that's coming up that shows that of the approximately 20,000 Michiganders who are participating in apprenticeship programs, registered apprenticeship programs in Michigan, just 10% of those are women. And of those 10%, they're mainly participating in the lower wage earning programs. So we've got some work to do to get women. We can do those. We can do the skilled trades. I just met a woman who just graduated from the pre-apprenticeship program with women in skilled trades. She's a steel worker. She gets way up there and welds. We can do all that. We know that. Rosie the Riveter showed us that. So we need more women because we need help building Michigan. So that's what I have to say this morning.
Outstanding. Sure. Thank you for giving us that wonderful report from the Michigan Women's Commission. If we have a question. Vice Chair Douglas?
No, ma'am, I don't. I'm good. Anybody else with a question?
No hands are raised on Zoom either.
Okay. Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you, Cheryl. Madam Clerk?
Moving to item C2, Women's History Month, Vice Chair Cynthia Douglas.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair. So first, let's recognize those celebrating Ramadan and the Lenten season. Also on this day in 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke in Grosse Pointe at Grosse Pointe South High School, where he recited his The Other America speech. But this month, we are celebrating women's history as we are present in this building, the historic Guardian Building, which was completed in 1929. There is a woman's influence within the building The Griswold Street entrance is crowned with a semi-dome lined with symbolic custom tiles by Mary Chase Stratton, who is the co-founder of Pewabic Pottery of Detroit, which is still located here on East Jefferson. So today we celebrate women. As we celebrate women, let's honor the women of this commission and our community as we continue to uplift and inspire each other and our communities through our deeds and service. In the words of Alicia Keys' song, Superwoman, for all the mothers fighting for better days to come, and all the women sitting here trying to come home before the sun, and all my sisters coming together saying, yes, we can, and yes, we will. Because we are super women, even when we're a mess and we still put on our vest with an S on our chest. We are super women. When I'm breaking down and we can't be found and we start to get weak, because no one knows me underneath these clothes, but we can fly and we can fly. Oh yeah, let me tell you, we are super women. So thank you to all you ladies here today and out in the community doing good work. And let's continue that. Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Outstanding Vice Chair Douglas. Can we give her, thank you, sir. That was amazing. Thank you.
Moving to item C3, guest speaker Andrea A. Hunter, President of USW Local 1299.
Okay, thank you. At this time, I would like to ask that Member Cash do the formal introduction and welcome. Thank you so much for coming today, Member Cash.
Thank you to the chair.
Today is very special as we do celebrate Women's History Month, because the lady that I have, my sister that's coming to you today, is history. The history that she has made in an industry that has been totally dominated by men. So today is going to be Miss Andrea Hunter. I mean, her background is extensive in what she does as far as the skilled trades, what she actually do in the community as an advocate for all women, and especially young women as well. She'll be able to give you some insights on what it means to be in the skilled trades. And also too, as far as the labor movement, we have a call that we say to her, and we do call her the Harriet Tubman of the labor movement. She has been an awardee of the African American Leadership Award as a labor leader. She did get that award last year. So it is an honor. It is my privilege to introduce to you all Andrea Hunter. And her story is awesome.
My voice, I've never been told this. Can you guys hear me? All right, thank you. Again, welcoming here to, it was just a big welcome to, I want to welcome each and one of you for inviting me. I just want to thank you. I just want to thank everyone for having me here today. I'm talking about something I'm very passionate about. Thanks that my sister, Miss Cash, reached out for me. I'm also the Detroit Downriver A. Fuller Randolph chapter president, which is a constituency group of the AFL-CIO. Ms. Cash is a chapter member of mine. I hired in National Steel in 1994. We were bought by U.S. Steel. I'm quite sure you guys been listening to the news. I've had to reach out to Governor Whitmer. I had to reach out to colleagues because Nippon is trying to buy U.S. Steel. So you heard about my company in the papers, and we're just one quick brief of why this is so important. If Japan is able to buy us, there's two things that's the issue. One is that we must understand there's only two integrated steel mills, still American. So if you buy us, it would only be Cleveland Cliffs. So you have all your eggs in one basket. heaven forbid we do go to war. I don't think we're going to ask Japan for steel to make missiles and bombs and what need to be done in wartime. So that's going through the government. Like I said, I have Rashida, I have Sharia, I have a lot of people helping us on that. 2, we have successorship in our language, in our contract language. So that's the reason why you might have heard about that. But I want to speak to you today on the skilled trades, and I love that you said you had a steel worker you met. That's a welder. Well, in 2003, U.S. Steel took over, and now we're U.S., like I said, to go from National Steel. I entered the apprenticeship in 2000. After entering the apprenticeship, it's a 4-year program. I became an electrician by trade. It's very difficult. Testing is not a problem, okay? But getting the word out for testing in different trades is a problem. A lot of people don't get the information, I have to admit. If you're not in the Good Old Boys Club, you don't even know the testing is posted, okay? The only reason I found out, my supervisor, I had to put in the report. It was on his table. Okay, so I put in for it, right? But it's not even word of mouth out there on the floor for people to understand that it's available. Now, once you become a skilled tradesman, and that is electrician, pipe fitter, a lot of things, women are few and far between. And what's bad about it, I brought a presentation here, and this is what I do in high schools. So I just let you know, we tell that, we the other option, right? Because one thing an electrician has allowed me to do, it has allowed me, yes, okay, I don't have a clicker or somewhere. Okay, so if we go to the first thing, of course, you know what an electrician does. That's how for kids, I refer to shine bright like a diamond. They all know, Rihanna, so relate to them. I've been going to all the high schools around Detroit and Downriver area because we know college, I just put through 3 through college, okay? We all understand that my last one just graduated from Michigan State last year. But because of the economic, means I have, I can do that. I made sure my kids graduate from school without any student loans and debt, right? So they don't come out mess. But I can do that with a skilled trade job. Also, most of the apprenticeships pay for you to go to school. That's something different than a lot of situations. We're actually paid. You know how other internships, lawyers and stuff, they don't get paid like that, right? But in skilled trades, you get paid. For one, you're not going to be in college debt right off the rip, right? And then you're going to have a trade that you can go any place in the world. I tell everybody, you need electrical. I don't care what country, wherever you want to travel, there's something good there. You guys know electricians, a tradesperson specializes in electrical wiring, buildings, lines, and this is very important why you saw so many steel workers with that infrastructure bill. Now, here's the problem, and I know she knows the statistics over here, that we have an infrastructure bill passed, but we have no tradespeople. We can't find, okay? We cannot find masons. We can't find electricians. We can't find pipe fitters. And why we can't find it? Because over the years, we always stressed our children to go to college because we thought that would be the means that they needed to be able to sustain a livable income. But we have stopped the trades. Most of us make more than people with PhDs. Okay? So, and then you, like I said, you have a craft that no one can take away from you. I can't remember, Cesar Chavez School, right over there. And I was so interested because there's a lot of Muslim young ladies there, and they were just in shock that a woman could be an electrician. Because in their culture, they're not told to do that kind of, and so many girls snuck and asked me their car, give me your car, give me your car. Because when they graduate, they can go in this, different type of tradesman. And what's unfortunate here in the area, every Wednesday, the building trades. We were just talking about the building trades, them right over there, Labor's Local 1191. They have a meeting trying to recruit young people. You know the biggest reason that the young people cannot be hired? We got to work on, especially as women. They don't have driver's licenses. Something about these young people, they don't want to drive. Okay, they pass a drug test, but you cannot be in the trades without a driver's license, period. You cannot, okay? So that's a big issue. And most of them say 2 reasons they don't have cars. Car insurance is too high. Cars is way too high and they can't afford the notes or car notes or building maintenance. But that's the main thing is the car insurance is how much that. But that's one of the reasons why trades can't find younger people the ages between 18 and 30. They'd rather Uber it, go ahead, car share, whatever. But unfortunately, in most trades, you see the trucks out there, you have to have a license. There's no way you can take your equipment to where you need to go, pipe fitter. I don't care what tradesman you are, mason, whatever, right? Because I am really impressed that a lot more women are now going into the pipe fitters. There's a lot of women going into pipe fitters, a lot of different, of course, I'm always going to advocate electrical, but I know if you're scared. You know why I say we work smarter, not harder, right? We go to the path of least resistance, right? So that's just the way it is. We usually, you're good at mathematics. Guess that. So if you can flip to the next one. Common electrical traits. Most people who come into this craft are knowledge of mathematics, have critical thinking, good communication skills, dependable, focused. And I would say, without me, it would have been harder for me. I am the very first Afro-American woman to ever be president of United Steelworkers Local 1299. I'm the very first Afro-American and the very first woman. So when I went to contract negotiations, because I negotiate contracts, I sit in arbitrations. When I went there, and our first time after winning presidency, I'm serving my second term now. 2018, I went there and they said, "Who is Andrea Hunter?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm hiding. What do you want me for?" Okay, and I'm looking, and they said, "Stand up." Now, there's 200 some people in the room. We bargained by our plants. We got over 23 plants in the country. So it's 23 presidents there, 23, so it's a group, grievance chairman, whatever. Long story short, they told me to stand up. We want to give you a standing ovation, clap, because you are the very first woman in the basic steel sector to ever be president. No, they never had a woman in the basic steel sector. I understand people say that's commendable. It just breaks my heart because I know how many years this woman has recruited me. How many years women have been in the industry and I'm the first in the 21st page. I mean, when other people applaud that, I think I got work to do because that shouldn't be the case. You understand what I'm saying? And when we're not at the bargain table, we're what? On the menu. So we have different things when women are not at the bargain table for skilled trades and different things, and we don't put in, because it's really one of the things we just talked about, daycare, but people don't get the bigger picture. Where's the lactate stations? Where's the lactate stations? I'm out there apprenticeship and I need to pump. Where's laws making sure I can do that? Do we understand? So there's a lot of obstacles that women face going there. Can you, next one, sister? 4 stages of electrician: electrical licensing, apprentice, journey person, master electrician. I understand all states are different. Michigan makes you have a 4-year degree, which I love. Pennsylvania is 2-year degree. It's different systems, different states, okay? But one thing not a degree, but a journeyman's card, right? You get your journeyman's, you test out. I do love the city of Detroit because we have our own testing, but we have our own testing in Detroit. But if you live in other states, you got to go to Lansing and take the test. Okay, Detroit understands we do have more industrialized situation, so it is good we take tests here. Next, please. Okay, that's for the kids, I do this for the kids. And I always, and they all break out laughing, right? And one thing I do that people understand, if you're going to have these skilled trade fairs, which I hope I'm convincing you to have, that if you have these skilled trade fairs, whoever the skills trade people are, bring something. I was really upset. I went and did one at IBEW, and they told me I was number 27 out of number 27. I was pissed. These kids ate after lunch, and now they're going to listen to me on a Saturday. So I had one of my millwrights there, the vice president, he's a millwright. So it was all different crafts all over, right? Carpentry, whatever. And that's another thing we need, mason and carpentry, because you cannot take care of these, the bridges and all this without these people, right? So I'm the last one. And all this, I'm looking up the kids and they're on their phones, they're on their stuff. So I'm, whatever. But I go up there and I start telling them about electrical and stuff. The first thing I'm gonna do is show me the money. The average electrician salary starts off at $29 and it goes up to $44. You can see our sisters at UAW, they went to $44. I do DTE. My coke plant is DTE owns that. Got them up to $44, right? The minimum wage is Michigan, just went up to 10.33. So do the math. I tell you kids, you get out of high school and you get a job, working at something while you're going to college where you can go to a skilled trade, they're going to start you off at 19 just to be an apprentice. They're giving you the tools. When you go to a lot of places, you got to borrow your stuff. You don't buy anything. Okay, you don't buy anything. What you have to do is just pass tests. Most of the time, you go through Henry Ford Community College or another college to get your actual core classes. But then the hands-on, we're just like doctors. You can't give me education, then they'll give me hands-on, right? Because, I tell you now, in class, they teach you a motor single phase and can't run. I done seen them run for days. Okay, but now once you shut it off, it's not going to restart. But see, that's what the difference of hands-on. And that hurts the mothers because they don't have daycare. They don't have places for lactate stations. When they got to go to the school part, who's going to watch them? Because you got to do your 8 hours a day, then you got to do the school part. You get what I'm saying? Very few of them let you go to class doing the hours working because that's supposed to be your hand-on. Electrical, you have to have 4,000 hours of work time, so many hours of that time to be a journeyman, okay? A certified journeyman electrician can make up to $45 plus an hour and more than that. Now, I'm telling you, a certified electrician, we do money by voltage. So 600 volts, you make 45. But if you want these linemen up here, you want up there, you go into that 13K, all that, you can easily make $115 an hour. Okay? The higher responsibility, the more money you have. Right? Sign-in bonuses, and when you get hired to somebody between 5 and 15K, because we are so extinct right now, electricians, because I'm not going to say it's a bad thing, but it's a bad thing. We always push the kids to college so much, and all they do is make it more unaffordable. They raise the bar. So as long as they raise the bar, then the family, have to take some mortgage out for their house just to pay for college. Or now you're getting in debt because you have college, where, like I said, they can go into this. And some kids are not college material. Let's just be honest. Some kids are good with their hands. You got a kid that's good with their hands, why wouldn't you put them in some type of skilled trade? And there's so many skilled trades out there that you can pick and choose which one you want. Please, next. Oh, I'm sorry, this is very important. Healthcare and pension. Okay, and I showed this to the kids. This is how you could be living. You see the house? See that? And you say, show me the money, right? So the next slide, please. I showed them, this is how I'm living. And one of the ladies teaching with me, she was, I can't remember, what is the classification DTE calls it. But they're actually the millwrights that go underground. See, right now in Michigan, and we have to do a restructure bill. Our pipes here in Michigan are so old, 50 years, we advocate to get all these removed and updated, right? Those gas pipes, that's a different certification in being a millwright or mechanical, industrial mechanic, whatever you want to call it. We call it in the trade millwrights. She was out there with her Lamborghini and let the kids come out there and see her Lamborghini. She makes $125 an hour. But that's more certifications as you get higher into something like that, right? So show me the money. Next slide, please. Minimum qualifications. Now this minimum, high school diploma or GED equivalent. Must be a journeyman or have 4 to 8 years equivalent experience. So if you weren't going through a program and you went through a industrial program, but you worked 8 years, you are qualified to take your test. You understand? You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't fortunate to go through apprenticeship. Community college offers electrical courses on the job. Or by like the building trades or that we would call contractor or that contract that's for sponsors. You don't have to pay out of your pocket, right? Next one. Electrical apprentice, a student or professional who spends 4+ years developing the skills necessary to work as an independent electrician who studies under a licensed journeyman. What's good about this trade? Michigan has a law mandate. Journeyman can only have 2 apprentices. Why do you think that is? safety, health and safety. You can't even have 5 or 6 people you're looking at or whatever. The minimum is 2, and that's for safety, okay? Another thing too, I always say about our jobs, about the skilled trades, we don't have to worry about the Lilly Ledbetter Act. And I do the same job you do, I get paid the same. So it's another thing to arena where it brings a higher scale of pay for women, and it also feels that where you're battling for salaries and you're doing the same job. You don't have to worry about that in the skilled trades arena. Majority of skilled trades, I would say 95%, are unionized. And that's one thing that women always strive for when you're a union. If I'm a forklift operator, everybody here make the same forklift operator rate. Wherever my job class is and my duties, it doesn't have to compare to the men, because we know it's so many dollars. Cents for a white woman on a dollar to a white man, Black woman to a man, Latino woman to a man. Those cents that we see in these scales is none and void when you're in the skilled trades. None and void, okay? That doesn't matter. Next, please. Electrician job opportunities. You can be a master electrician. Now, a master electrician is just that, master. That's another 2 years of training. Master electricians are people who come to your homes and inspect, right? They do different things building. They make sure everything is up to what? Electrical code, NEC code, National Electrical Code. Commercial line person, those are people you see outside. Outside line person is people you see that will be like up out here, you these lights and all that, they're up. Installer electrician, that's the people that come to your home, and technician, and put in your, cable, your internet, whatever you need. Residential wire person, that's the same kind of person. HVAC maintenance. Now with electrical, you can start going in heating and cooling. I don't care where you live, they're gonna need heat, they're gonna need cooling. Okay, if you want to go to sunny Florida, or you want to move to New Orleans, my hometown, you want to move to people there, what you would get is they have, by mandate law, they have to have air conditioning because of the heat, right? So that's a very good profession, because you're going to need that constantly, right? That's something you get into. So it's so many job opportunities you can go into electrical, right? Next, please. Any questions? That's my email address. But I do, even though I am stressing electrical because that's what's dear to me, I do understand that people do not want to go on that. But plumbers, do you guys know that Michigan, you can charge extra 41% in Michigan because we have biohazard laws. So a plumber in Michigan makes more than another plumber in another state. So I understand when people don't want to be electrical because they're scared of it, because I ain't touching no plumber. I ain't doing that. Right? Everybody has something they're comfortable with. Like if you're an electrician, of course you would not be scared of heights. I'm always in the man lift when I was out there in the field before I'm off his job as president. But I like it. Some people, whatever. But my thing is security. You are going to raise your children. You're going to be able to provide for your children. You're going to be a productive part of the community because you can pay your taxes. You can pay for things that makes you productive as a citizen. And it also gives you a chance to do what? Give to others. Because when you make more money, you make it less time. What I'm saying, you don't have to work as much when you're ready to pay as much, right? Women who work in second and third jobs don't have to do this with electrical. An average person in the plant that's an electrician makes to 180 and 214,000 a year. It's even bigger now because they work so much overtime for us because we don't have electricians. We don't have them. So they're forced over, 612, 712 days, whatever, that's mandatory. But once they get people back in it, but if you want to be one of those industrial, but like I said, HVAC, if I didn't become the president, I was going into HVAC, right? To start my own heating and cooling business. I make my own hours, correct? And as long as you're doing good jobs and service, that's good for you. Any questions?
All right. Oh, okay.
Through
Just
the
a
chair.
minute.
I'm sorry. Through the chair.
Hands went up in the building.
A lot of
Just one quick.
I'm
Did
sorry,
you
just
have a
minute.
question,
Yeah, she
Vice Chair?
had it first.
No?
Go ahead.
Okay. Could you talk to us about some of the barriers that actually happen for women that are interested or are going into the skill trades, what are some of the barriers that you see or some of your experiences?
I tell everyone, I teach at Wayne State University Labor Studies and I teach at U of M Labor Studies. And one thing I teach to everyone, misogyny is up here. Racism is lower than that. Why? Think about this history just a little bit. In 1870, they gave the 15th Amendment, gave men the right to vote, right? Of all, didn't matter what race you were, the 15th Amendment. They didn't allow their mothers, their daughters, their sisters, their aunts to vote until 1920. That's 50 years later. Okay? And that's their relative, that's their blood. But they let a man, a black man who they considered 3/5 of a human being, he wasn't even always, he's not even human, which is still not out of the Constitution, mind you. They let him vote before they let their own. So men of different races collectively share misogynist views. On the job, you would get men who would not want to train you or help you do anything because you're taking a man's job. I've been told you're taking a man's job. But 30 years seniority in the steel mill, when I got into the apprenticeship, I think I was 36. Once I got into the apprenticeship, I had men tell me, why are you taking a job from a man? Why do you want to do this? I had an incident where it was a wire pull, and of course it didn't pick me. Like I told you, it's only two apprentices to one journeyman. So I was the last one left. So of course I was standing by myself. The guy was very nasty and rude to me. He said, I'm stuck with you, because he had the least seniority out of the journeyman. So he had to take me. So he's upset, whatever. So we got to do a wire pull. We cutting the wire. And, you know, because women, can I see Frankly here? It's not going to make no sense to me.
We are on video.
Well, when men tell you about a size, they're not lying. When they say it's 6 inches, they see 6 inches, but you know it's only 2. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, but I mean by that, no, but I just want to say is, so anyway, I cut the wire. They wouldn't pull this long wire pull, and it was short. Took 2 days, it was short. Of course, the wire I cut was what? Right size. But then he called for me all the time. We became good friends. He retired. You know, he brought me to his party, but no, they don't want to train you. They're very rude, and that's for a fact they have even hide your tools. It was bad.
Okay. Thank you for that. First of all, thank you for coming, and we really appreciate it. And we got a lot of good information, but I had a question about the educational aspect of it. So do they offer classes for students, like if a student is in high school,
Yes.
maybe in the senior, do they get to do both of them at the same time? And then once they graduate high school, they
No.
might have some of the training? Okay.
Now, unfortunately, a student, if you're going to college and you want to take electrical courses,
Okay.
or you just, one of you guys want to take electrical courses, anybody can sign up for electrical courses. But no, that's what we're fighting to do. We want to fight that. You know how they got these high schools now where the students can do college and curriculum. We're trying to fight here in Michigan for the students to do the same with the skilled trades. If a kid knows that this is where we're, that's why first, I'm just saying the method to my madness, first was going to the high schools and get a calling for it. Any more questions?
Okay, last question, Member Hines.
Yes, I'd like to thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you
so
for
the-
having me.
So the Wayne West End Schools, we did a new curriculum where we do career college readiness. So every spring we have a skilled trades job fair where we have over like 20 different companies and we bus over 400 of the middle schoolers. So we want to start early. So I definitely would like you to be a part of our program. I mean, I love what you guys do. We actually have a partnership with the labor union Luna where the kids actually get skilled trades and they get paid over the summer. So I definitely would like to partner up with you guys on your initiative.
Because the problem with that, and I'm just going to be honest with you, when we have, I just want you guys to keep in mind, when we have these skilled trades fairs and the kids just talk to one, it's not enough time to tell them that craft. So a lot of kids don't sign up because, see, like here, you're showing them how much they can make. You're showing them with this. Like I did, like I told you I was last one, but I had testers. I had equipment. So they told me I was the best one. I got the best review because I gave them hands-on. Remember, skilled trades are kids who like to work with their hands. All this is good, but you got to have, like workshop. You don't have wood shop in school no more. So we need, when you get with kids who want to do this, when you have these fairs, have different simulations, like the carpenter had a crew thing they did, and the pipe fitters, that's what we need to do when we do have these fairs.
Well, thank you so much for coming out and driving this way. We really appreciate you.
I'm up the street, but.
Okay, close by. But thank you so much. And we have Madam Clerk, if we have any questions in the Zoom?
No hands are raised on Zoom.
Okay. For those in the audience, we could conclude more questions after the meeting. But thank you again, Ms. Hunter. You have done can we give you a clap? Can you hand clap? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Madam Clerk.
Moving to item D, Wayne County Commission update.
Okay. At this time, we would like to take a pause and recognize Commissioner Chair Bell. She has joined us. Would you like to say a quick briefing or for Women's History Month?
Not really, but.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Alicia Bell, Chair, Wayne County Commission. Just want to welcome you all to the Guardian Building for your meeting. I know you normally meet on Zoom, but so glad to have you down here with us in person today. I believe we're going to have lunch as well. This is Women's History Month. So make sure that you are acknowledging those unsung heroes in our community that are doing the work and not necessarily getting the credit for it. Yesterday, we were at the Go Red for Women Heart Month luncheon, and we always have to remember to also take care of ourselves. Heart disease is still #1 killer of women, and we have to make sure we eat right, exercise, do all the right things so that we are here for our families, because without us, you know what happens to our families, right? Right. We are the backbone of our families. So again, just welcome to the commission floor, and look forward to continuing to work with you and continue all the great work. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Bell. Okay, Madam Clerk.
Moving to item E1 under committee reports, Women's Resource Fair.
Okay, at this moment is Gator. Member Gator, are you there?
I am. Good afternoon. Okay, so good afternoon to the Wayne County Women's Commission and to our guests who are joining our meeting today. As mentioned, I am LaTanya Gator, a member of the WCWC and current chair of the 2024 Women's Resource Fair.
I'm sorry.
So first and foremost.
Excuse me, Member Gator, we hear a background noise.
Yeah, I'm at work, and so this is the best that I could do. I hope I'm still audible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, yes. We have it. Go ahead. Thank you. Proceed.
Okay. Can you hear me clearly, or should I start from the top?
If you could start from the top once again.
Okay. So just
Thank you.
introducing myself as LaTanya Gator, member of the WCWC, current appointed chair of the 2024 Women's Resource Fair Committee. First and foremost, just want to say thank you again to the WCWC of entrusting us with this very important event. And I definitely want to say thank you to the women who are working alongside of me to plan this fair. Those women are Janice Collins, Cynthia Douglas, Tina Talley, Chair Summer Crawford, Melanie Hines, Lee Moreau, Sherry Barres, and Lisa Scott. And so I'm happy to announce that we do have a date set for the fair. It is to be held on April the 24th, which is on a Wednesday from 10 to 2 at Wayne County Community College Northwest Campus, which is on 7 Mile and Outer Drive. We have 3 focus areas of resources that we're offering to the women of Wayne County that is in direct alignment with our mission to support the various needs of the women of Wayne County. And those areas are in health and wellness, the full array of health and wellness, employment, and we are adding on the skills trade. So thank you, Ms. Andrea, for being here to speak on that, because we do recognize that this is an area we want to be more supportive in. We're planning to invite over 60 companies to share their resources. So feel free to send me an email with any companies that you definitely want to see at the fair, because you stand by their support and their resources, and we'll be happy to get them invited. We do have a flyer. It will be finalized today. I'm pretty confident in saying that. So I will be sure to get it to Chair Crawford so all hands can have that available to them for sharing. We are using Eventbrite to register both guests and to recruit volunteers. Both of those were launched yesterday. So again, I will be sure to give that out to inquiring minds so we can promote this event and help it be successful. So a call to action is needed for this. So on one end, we are in need of volunteers to help this event be successful for us as a body, but most importantly for the women in Wayne County. So we're hoping to increase our planning team, but also to recruit volunteers. So if anyone wants to get involved in that, please let me know. And so we're well where we need to be in our timeline for this planning. But again, I am open to any ideas or suggestions on how to help this event be a success. And that concludes my report. Are there any questions or ideas for us today?
Thank you so much, Member Gator. This is Chair Crawford. I just wanted to also on the employer side, I know last year we had approximately 45 employers, and we are going to have our meeting on Tuesday as well, and combined with Member Cash to discuss skilled trades. There was a lot of space last year, so we do have room for the skilled trades to join us. So they're going to get a finalized amount. We're going to push for a hard stop because a lot of employers, it's hard for them to forecast out past 30 days. So we knew from last year, this is the time, and we were hit and slammed right up to the last minute of employers asking if they could attend the fair. So we are going to do a hard stop this year of 45 employers. And we're going to shoot for the stop date of April 4th so that we can evaluate which employers will be joining us. So that is the information we have. And then Chair Gator will get further information, but I just wanted to share that brief moment and tidbit for right now.
Thank you, Chair Crawford.
All right. Madam Clerk.
Moving to item F1 under new business, a resolution by Member Daub encouraging community engagement and support to uplift community awareness regarding the current and increasing risk of homelessness for families, women, and/or children in efforts to increase and improve the public health standards of Michigan.
Oh, through the chair, I make a motion that we support this resolution.
For the years 2019.
So moved, Member Gator.
Second.
Oh. Yeah.
Motion was moved by Member Douglas, Vice Chair Douglas. And I heard a support second from Member Gator. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Do we need may I request do we require roll call vote? Okay. All right. Vice Chair Douglas. Oh, any opposed? Madam Clerk, do you see?
Motion carries.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Moving to item G, unfinished business, there is none listed. Moving to item H, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the commission.
All right. I have not received anything.
Okay. Moving to item I, Public comments?
All right, at this time, we are welcoming public comment. Anyone? Okay, yes, Ms. Cheryl Bergman, we're recognized from Michigan Women's Commission.
Um, Thank you. I forgot to thank the Wayne County Women's Commission for helping us with our partnership with the Girl Scouts of Southeast Michigan. So the Michigan Women's Commission partnered with the Girl Scouts of Southeast Michigan to do a year-long Women in Government Leadership apprenticeship, mentorship program. And there's about 14,000 Girl Scouts in Southeast Michigan, and many of you on your commission have volunteered to be mentors and came to our first in-person event in January where Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson spoke as the keynote, and all the girls got their Democracy and Me badges, and so many of you were there participating and volunteering, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that update as well. Okay. Do we have any other public comments at this time?
Madam Chair, the board has not received any emails.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Okay, one last, are there any public comments at this time? All right, thank you, Madam Clerk.
Adjournment?
Okay, we here adjourn at 12:51 PM. Thank you so much for your time. Everyone have a great month ahead.